This bar is all fuckered. This whole frame section is fuckered. It is quite the operation we got going on. You're gonna have to not only...
Yeah. Well, we'll get this one figured out after we...
if we get just the hose on it, it will fold up and it will...
We grab it right there. Yep. Speed bump.
But I thought that maybe that hose wouldn't be powered all the time and we could just fold it up quick, but...
Yeah, didn't work that way.
No.
Well, let's run over to the Tedder. We'll do that first. We're right off the ground here. We're going to steal some parts off the other one. At least the hose, so we can get this back down on the ground and back to the shop anyway. Alright. But this is what we've got going on here. We've got a couple of broken pins. We've got a broken pin right here. That caused this to go back. We've got a hydraulic hose fitting right there that's broke off too. And then it pulled the power shaft out. Broke the balls out of the radial pin clutch here where it pulled off the end of that shaft. So we're going to go ahead and see what we can do to get this thing back together. Alright, we don't have the right parts here. We got a bolt jammed in there. He's going to pull that wing around. We're going to jam another bolt in there, and then we're just going to tack weld this so that we can get it home. We got to get a hydraulic hose on here. We're going to get it folded up, and we got to get new bearings for this drive line and some parts for that PTO. So he's going to go ahead and just yank that back some so that we can line up this hole right here. I gotta grab another bolt. He's got to go a little bit, doesn't he?
Just a little bit more.
He's got to go a little bit. Oh, whoa, right there. All right, you're right on. Let me get on the back. Hammer's right there. Will that just go back?
It's kind of spring.
That's because that damn thing ain't on the ground.
Right.
It's almost up too high. Let's see here. This. Is there a hand crank on this thing somewhere? Yeah, try that hand crank. See what that does. Hold it right there. Alright, try to wiggle something.
Like, is
hold
the
on.
crank doing anything?
Yeah, keep going.
Am I going the right way?
I think so.
Yeah, 'cause these tires are on the ground now.
Alright, hold up. Alright. Hold on that back bar, Andrew. Okay, hold it a minute. Alright, I'm right about there. Pull on that. There you go. There she be. Alright, so that's in there. The bolts ain't long enough. We're going to tack weld these bolts. Okay, so we got that back together. Now we need to take this thing here apart. Alright, so we got a broken hose that goes to this valve here coming from a little valve down here. So we got that 19. We'll take this guy off here. Now that hose, we hook that hose right to here. The one that comes off that swing cylinder back there. And take it off the part that hooks up to the tractor. I mean, chances are we could leave it there that long. Or we could splice it back at the shop and that loose enough for you? Alright, now let's find, so it's this one here.
I'm going to put that little end there on this so it don't get shit in it.
Yeah.
See that little, oh, that's still stuck on there.
Gotta get that off somehow.
Get a pair of vice grips. Okay, so we don't use the hedgerow function or fence line function anymore, which is this cylinder. We've got everything welded here. So we unhook the line from there, and we're just going to use that long hose to hook from here to this valve down there. So, well, that hose, you're hooked up there.
Yeah, we just got to hook it up.
I got to hook up over here. So, where am I? Anyway. Oh, I need this hose. Where is it?
Right there. Right there.
Okay, so
This is so custom.
This is so
It's like a rat rod Tedder version.
rat rod Tedder version.
just zip tie this all back together and we're
Yeah,
good.
the rat rod Tedder version. I don't know what to tell you. You just put a bunch of random chains hanging off of it and shit.
There's a grill on the top of
Yeah.
it.
Either that or we buy another Tedder just like this one and we weld this Tedder to that Tedder.
Alright, so we got that. 19.
Start welding random parts to it.
Yeah, just make it work. Nuts, bolts.
Have Jeff go out to the scrap
Okay.
bin and
So the hose is hooked up. I probably should go ahead and just put this all back up out of the way. Alright, update here.
hold on, let's turn the dimmer off.
Alright, we had this hose fitting was broke. That's this guy right here. This hose went down to this little switch valve here for when the frame gets down so far. Hooked here, went to there. Now, we don't use the cylinder on the back. It hooks to all the wheels, and it actually turns the wheels this way or that way to kind of cock the tedder so that you can ted away from a fence line or a hedgerow. So we unhooked one of them hoses. That hose goes all the way to the SCV of the tractor, which we had zip tied out of the way. We used that hose and we just swung it back through here and hooked it up there, so it's a lot longer than it has to be. But it's essentially going from here up, forward, back around. It's hooked to there. That's going to enable us to fold it up. When the what do you need, a shaft?
Might be a no-go there, Gomer. Looks like it might go.
Okay, so we had a little thing going on here. When it broke them pins out of back there, we just got a couple of bolts shoved in there. It was pulling on this drive line. Now when it was pulling on the drive line, that's what kept it together until this PTO came apart. And that was working pretty good on there, so we're going to have to get a new shaft. It pulled what did it do? It pulled that shaft back, so it ended up pulling it right out of
what's
the...
under there?
What the heck?
Oh my God, look at that. It's a brand new grease
zerk with a brand new cap.
Yeah. Never
So
been
we
touched.
pulled the bearing off the front. We got to get a new drive line for it. And we don't have the right pins. This needs all new bushings. We're just going to tack weld these bolts here so that we can fold it up. We pulled the bearing off the back, pulled the shaft out. Now we're going to tack weld that and fold it up and get this home. Alright, Dave's going to get the paint and grease burn off here. We've got a weld here, here, over in there. He's just going to burn the paint. And the grease is all off. Help up on there, Andrew. Put that welder on. Alright, Dave's got these cleaned up. We're just going to weld those and tack weld the bolts in there so that everything will stay in place here. Then we'll try to fold this whole thing out.
Andy, you all set with these wrenches?
I think so.
Yeah, what did we do with that?
Okay, we are just about ready to fold her up. Quick repair. Welded both of them bolts so that they won't fall out because they're not the right unit. Alright, we got a little modification here. We got to straighten that. Yeah, we're going to have to heat that up. Alright, a little bit of heat did the trick. You think it's got to go a little more? Alright. Yeah, shit, I'm sorry, Dave.
A little more, because it's got to be
yeah, it's got to be level with that other side, right?
On the other side, it's a little above it.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll get the chain unhooked here. Alright, we're going to go ahead and fold this up now. We're thinking that we don't have any hydraulic leaks here. We'll hook a chain on it and pull it that way. Alright? We just gotta pull that back. Okay, we're gonna get this back to the shop and put new pins and bushings in there. Some other parts for it. We'll be good to go. Alright, we cut this shoe assembly off this left-hand wing. It's all bent to hell. We're gonna see if I can get them to pull that off the assembly line, because that is the whole frame of that merger. We robbed a hose off of that. No, I had them. I had the O-rings. They're right there. Both of them right there.
Yeah, I got them in my hand.
Yeah.
Those are out of that one too.
So we robbed a hose off the other merger so that we can get this, this one cylinder here, right here, actually works as a, like hydraulic suspension. It blew that hose when that shoe came up. It whacked that hydraulic hose off. So we robbed a hose off that other one. We're gonna fold this up. Here, Jared.
Yeah, I should have two hands on it. I should have.
We gotta go back, make a hose yet. And
Oh, it does, so I don't even have to put that one on there. Just don't lose that O-ring.
Yep.
So only need one O-ring. We should probably take this back so we can measure it up.
we need it.
Yeah, that goes to that one needs to.
Okay. What did we do? Lose the one on this one?
Well, when the one got smashed off.
No, that
Right.
it would have been on there.
I don't know, I didn't take it off.
It's over here. Okay, just gotta fold this up. Make sure nothing else is bent. And we can well, without that shoe on there, she's light on that one side. All right, we're saddled up. We cut this shoe off from here. It was hanging down.
Yeah, it's where it needs to be.
This shoe
If you look at the cradle, though, you might be able to tell if the frame's
that broke. The shoe that broke off up there. This is the whole part of the merger head frame. So I'm gonna see if they'll pull one of these off the assembly line and let me weld it. I'll just weld it back on over here. I'll set it all in place. I'll straighten this, get this all fixed. Either straighten this or replace it. So we're gonna get this hose back on. We gotta tweak that when we remember to put that other one on. It's not right.
What do you mean? Just
Get it. It's kind of twisted.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, all right. Well, we can do one of two things. We can either take, well,
I might as well leave that hose on there.
might as well leave this hose on. Maybe just loosen up that end a little bit
Yeah, where's
and
that?
get that hose. Well, out the door. We got a hose made. That'll work. So we gotta put this on the merger and throw this guy out. And that'll take care of that. This hose machine we've had for, oh Christ, 12, 15 years, and it's got us out of a lot of jams. Well, okay folks, remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you at the next video.